This is a catchweight fight at 180 pounds. Khamzat Chimaev versus Kevin Holland.
Go, brother. Let's go. I'm gonna get some smoke, bro.
Fight fans, welcome back to Luxurytainment.
He's got good skills, but good is not enough. You can be great.
Truly, I think that Kevin Holland is a more dangerous matchup because of the way that he fights. Don't forget, Kevin Holland was doing like some catchweight business at 180 pounds, and he's been an 85 pounder for a really long time, but he's thought about going down to 170. It was like this weird back and forth. Now all of a sudden you get Chimaev comes in, roughly he weighs 178 pounds here. Let's put these two together as a... Okay, fine, stop. Let's go ahead and do that. But how is Chimaev going to beat Kevin Holland? We're just going to go throw him down and beat him up. Great, but that's where Holland likes to be. Holland's number one problem when he fights is that he elects to be on bottom. He elects to be there so much that should it go to a decision, the judges have it against him. That's interesting. I mean, just right off the bat, when one guy is comfortable being somewhere, we as the fans don't really get down to who's better. When one guy wants to be there, and we all know it, we as the fans automatically give that guy the benefit of the doubt. And as we lead into this fight, I share with you that it's more interesting. I got, last night, I have something on my phone called alerts. Do you guys have that? If you have an iPhone, you get something called alerts. Like ding, 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 ding. My phone won't stop. There's a brawl. There's a brawl last night at the UFC. So I'm watching the video and I can hear Kevin Holland. And quite frankly, from what I could hear, if I was to pass judgment, he was very calm. I didn't hear profanity from him and he wasn't raising his voice. He's a man and he stood his ground, but I did hear a peacefulness from Kevin Holland. So I'm reading about, what's this brawl business? All these headlines, I'm getting alerts. Brawl, 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 brawl. So somewhere within the 7 articles that I watched, I never saw anybody punching and kicking. I just didn't see this. It was to the point that there was a press conference. Dana White canceled it. So, I mean, things are too hot right now. I'm not bringing guys together. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm separating guys. But somewhere within all of these articles, Tiki gets hit in the head with water bottles. Well, Tiki's been a friend of mine from the beginning. I've known Tiki, I don't even know how long, 30 years. I called Tiki up, he answers on the first call. Tiki, what happened here? Your name's in the middle of it. It says brawl. I want to come bring it to the audience. I saw a little bit of footage. I can't find it. Somewhere in here it says Chimaev kicked Kevin Holland in the chest. Now you got to get your foot up pretty darn high. I mean, not for nothing. That's a hard place to hit a guy like Chimaev. But I read an opposing article that it was one of Chimaev's team. Now, before you guys think you have to correct me and just spell this whole thing out, and I won't mind if you do, I will just share with you from Tiki's standpoint, man, there was a mess. There was some really bad energy, and it was time to separate them. Okay. But when you get Chimaev in there with Kevin Holland, right, you're talking about Chimaev will fight anybody, and you're talking about nobody will fight Chimaev. Well, that's never been an absolute. I mean, unless you want to call Bilal Muhammad a nobody. I mean, right, there is a few names that were exceptions to that, and Kevin Holland was one of them. Kevin Holland was in to fight Chimaev a year ago when this was unfashionable. And that does matter to us. That does matter to us, the audience. Who's willing? Who's here because they want to be? Not who drew the short straw, or who was at some weird weight class and got thrown in and pinned down in a corner. Who really and truly wants to be here? And the way that we know is we check dates. We check the date of the bout agreement versus statements that were made. There's a way that you promote a fight. I got no problem with that, but there's a way that you pick a fight. And I don't love when stories aren't told the right way. I don't love when people tell me Charles Oliveira is still the champion. There's a reason we signed that contract and we put him on the scale. There's repercussions that come with it. It's important to me. I'm a wrestler. I don't think that there's any sport in the world you get weighed in before we can go participate. I'm also a citizen. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I don't believe that there's any profession where they will weigh you in and then decide if you get to go to work. That sounds like a lawsuit to me. So weight matters to me. I respect it and I appreciate it. The way the Chimaev story is currently being told is that UFC doctors stopped him. Now, that's a very relevant fact from that team because it means we didn't quit. We didn't stop. You guys remember when Conor McGregor was broken in half and Joe Rogan's down on his knees interviewing him? The fight was over. He got whipped. Poirier wins, but it was a huge deal to Conor McGregor that it was a doctor stoppage. Do you guys remember that? I didn't fully understand it at the time. I don't fully get it today, but you know what, guys? We don't have to. I'm not the one out there risking it. I'm not the one whose careers, I'm not the one doing an interview who needs to be in an emergency room. And those words really matter to those guys. And Chimaev's team, it's a really big deal that you understood that the doctor stopped you. Well, let me call timeout right there. Weigh-ins where I live in beautiful Westland, Oregon, took place on Friday morning, opening at 9 a.m. and ending at 11 a.m. Chael Sonnen time, Westland time, that's God's time. Chimaev was not on weight at 9 a.m. As a matter of fact, it was 9:52 this morning, dated and time-stamped on my iPhone, when I was communicating with Ariel Helwani, the best in the business, and Ariel was being told Chimaev was 8 pounds overweight. How in the hell would anybody know that? You know, your weight's a little bit private, guys. Eventually, you got to come through the scale and the world's got to know. You got 5 people that know what you weigh? Do you know what you weigh? If you know what you weigh, have you told 5 people? How would Ariel Helwani have been able to tell me 52 minutes after the window opened that the guy was still 8 pounds over, and then you're going to try and tell me that a doctor stopped it? When the window opens at 9 a.m. and it closes at 11, that is not the time that you go cut weight. Just so you guys understand this. Just so that this is really clear for when guys don't make it. It's a fail and it's a miss. And you got to take them on the chin. You got to own your losses, all of them. But just so you understand, okay? There's paperwork that has to go through. Sometimes you have to travel from your hotel to the weigh-in, right? Based on location. You got 11 guys on a card. You got 22 guys coming through. So you make a window of 2 hours. That is made believe by the audience that then you can go and cut weight. Every now and then a guy will go get on the scale. My goodness, he's a 10th over. What's he gonna do? He runs in the back. He puts on a pair of underwear that are a little bit lighter. I mean, you will hear these stories, and these are very real things. You don't show up at 9 a.m. 8 pounds over. Excuse me, you just don't do that. And if you do that, and the world knows what you weigh, and now you're an hour into a 2-hour window, and Ariel Helwani knows that you're 8 pounds over, you have no longer elected to take this out of your hands. You elected to put it in to somebody's hand. What you weigh, literally you, is private. What your wife weighs or what your mother, these are private things. You're not gonna know. She's probably not gonna tell you. If she does tell you, you better not tell somebody else. But you understand this? Our sport is slightly different, but not a lot. It's along those same theme. If my hand is hurt, if I can't make a fist, if I've got it broken, but I made it through the medical, I got cleared, I'm gonna be able to go out there, I'll tell my story another day. I gotta go get PAID'd. If that's one of the things, and then I pull someone aside and I tell them who I know is going to go blab it. Just by example, I have not now chosen to go fight with a hurt hand. I have told my story to somebody who did what I wanted them to do, which is to get me the hell out of the fight. not saying anything about Chimaev. I'm just telling you, I'm sitting in Westland, Oregon, and I know that if he was 8 pounds over at 9:52 with an hour and 8 minutes left, and he revealed that to somebody, this is not about a doctor stopping it. You guys can see the difference.
Please leave your comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
We go again.
I'd rather not flip burgers, I'd rather just knock people out.